Bitcoin mining just keeps getting crazier. We got pools changing. We got mining pools that are getting decentralized. We have seen one of the first $1 million investments, multi-million dollar I may add, into Bitcoin mining pools. Quite a while. This is cool. This is interesting, and it's by someone you probably know, Jack Dorsey. And Grass-Fed Bitcoin led a funding round for over $6 million into a new Bitcoin mining pool that says it's going to decentralize. This isn't just interesting for Bitcoin miners, right? This brings with it all kinds of interesting developments for Bitcoin miners, Bitcoin holders, and the Bitcoin networks. For example, Lightning Network may finally, maybe, see some use. I know I probably upset you. That's what we do here. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Let's dig into this and more. Jack, Mr. X Twitter guy, leads a $6.2 million seed round for decentralized mining pool OCEAN. So that's really the gist here, okay? And OCEAN's hyping it up. They hit a block. They say, this is insanely lucky, and all the early OCEAN adopters just made a fortune. Is that financial advice? Wow. And we got Leonardo DiCaprio down here. So they're claiming it's Bitcoin mining as it was meant to be. I saw this article come across my feed, kind of kickstarted my research on this. But a longtime friend and supporter of VoskCoin, active, legendary member in the VoskCoin Discord server, Greer, sent me some interesting stuff here we're going to dig into here in a second. He also moved his miners over, which has been pretty cool. He gave us like very on the fly feedback on his experience with this. This is ocean.xyz. This is their dashboard. So from here we can see some of the stats. And if it's a newer pool, how have they hit so many blocks? How have they mined so many Bitcoins? Well, this is actually Luke's old pool. Luke Dashjr, the founder. In 2011, he started the Elegios, right? However the hell you say that. But let's see how he writes his story, right? So he's a Bitcoin core developer, right? Make the pool successful, loyal users, good old whiz kid. Stepped up to maintain the pool. He focused on Bitcoin core. He had to step away, shut down the pool. Since then, Bitcoin mining pools have become centralized, and there's overreach taking place with the Bitcoin mining pool operators, right? There's the risk of the 51% attack. He's relaunching the mining pool now as OCEAN. I think it's disingenuous, truly, to keep and boast about Bitcoin mining pool stats from 2011. It's been more than a decade, right? I think that's pretty disingenuous. But a lot of people won't care for a few reasons. One, they hype up that you can get started with 0% fees. And I guess when you got over $6 million in mining pool funding, which is a ton for mining pools, you can try to start with something like that. Eric Wall tweeted, and this is one of the things Grisso sent me, Bitcoin is no longer censorship resistant, and mining centralization endangers its security too. It's time to fix that. So that's why he's launching it. That information does not line up with what this tweet says. It's the opposite of that, essentially. So you can't censor ordinals at the pool level if ordinals are successful and contribute to significantly to miner rewards. Ordinals are basically NFTs and tokens on Bitcoin injected in a roundabout way that was never really intended to do that. We talked a lot about ordinals earlier this year. But basically saying if you do that, if you censor them out, you'll just have an unprofitable mining pool. They relaunched the pool. They're also trying to utilize Stratum v2, but the issue with Stratum v2, which is a mining pool development, is that the miners can have the ability to censor ordinals via Stratum v2, whereas today they're forced to mine ordinals and things they don't necessarily agree with. There is no choice or option or function there. Ricardo Fluffy Pony, who's basically, to put it simply, the face of Monero, is like, hey guys, I don't know if you remember this or you were aware, but good old Luke used to operate the Elegios mining pool, and he abused the hash rate of miners to embed prayers and Bible verses into the blocks. They didn't pay for this privilege, they just did it. They even allowed miners to suggest messages on IRC, which is basically like Discord, but 10 years ago, probably before most of your times. But now, thanks to the efforts of Jack and grass-fed Bitcoin, they're coming back as OCEAN. And apparently, he's saying they're going to be censoring Bitcoin transactions that pay the full fee to embed an additional piece of information, and the censorship will somehow make Bitcoin more decentralized. So Bitcoin's putting out almost $40 million in emission every 24 hours right now. That's crazy. Bitcoin kind of keeps ticking up and up and up and up. Most people don't even realize how much Bitcoin is up. It's nothing short of intriguing. And good old Dogecoin is starting to follow a little bit, which is the third most profitable coin. We've talked a lot about Kaspa mining recently. Kaspa is putting out nearly $2 million of newly minted coins, mined coins per day. When we click over to this mining pool breakdown, OCEAN right now is rocketed right up to being the 21st biggest Bitcoin mining pool in the world. That's not very big at all, but it's still a sizable hash rate. I mean, I have a fair amount of Bitcoin miners, and my hash rate is actually, it just hit a milestone. I've been meaning to make a mining farm update about it, but pretty proud, pretty excited about it. But we just eclipsed 2 petahash. So earlier this year, hitting 1 petahash was a very exciting goal and then milestone to achieve. Now we are consistently hitting 2 petahash. I'm going to be doing some more tuning to my Bitcoin miners. It's actually going to increase my Bitcoin mining efficiency and decrease my hash rate. But even after I do that, I'm still going to be hitting and maintaining a straight 2+ petahash hash rate. And to put that into perspective, right, I've got 21 Bitcoin miners contributing to that from the S19 Antminer series and a couple of the latest gen miners and a couple of the in-betweeners like the S19 XP miners. Make sure you know that before you get crazy and jump into Bitcoin mining, right, that the Bitcoin halving is about 140 days away. If you do want to grab a Bitcoin miner, I would be remiss, am I using that word right today, to not mention ASIC Marketplace. They've been great to work with. They support the channel, helping us source miners quickly and at good prices, and our subscribers. And you get the best discount code they offer, not with Welcome 50, but by punching in the code VoskCoin. So head over there, check it out. They've been a pleasure to work with. Support the channel. They sell all kinds of miners, obviously Bitcoin miners. The best starter miner out right now is going to be the KS Pro. These things are flying off the shelf. But shameless plug, I guess. And if you use our link and support the channel, it means everything. If you're buying in bulk and you want to save, send them an email and say, hey, I'm buying in bulk, I want a better deal, and I want the VoskCoin discount. Speaking of other stuff, you may want to consider buying the VoskCoin box set from the Meter Box. We just dropped our limited edition release with them, which is pretty cool. We've actually been working on this design all year. It's been a slow labor of love project, kind of working through the box design with Lorvik. He's the creator of the Meter Box, looking at doing pad printing on this instead of injection mold. So a lot more went into this than people may realize. So this thing's pretty cool. You can buy the components or source them yourself, right? But you can get an L630R, the Drock meter here to basically do the metering. You can also do the 120 volt setup. So this has just normal wall outlets, and you just have to make sure that whatever you do runs with your miners. But a key note I would be remiss not to mention, did I use it right that time, or am I butchering it, is that we've also collaborated on a giveaway. So CMC, Octo, and Evergreen are all contributing miners for people that participate here in this. If we win the competition, if you vote for us over Red Panda Mining, then $1,000 will be donated to the DC Shiba Inu Rescue Charity. So, as always, a lot of fun, exciting stuff, craziness going on everywhere across the board. On the topic of mining pool stuff, Braiins is switching over to FPPS, and let's kind of talk about that. What does that mean? It's a different payout method. So let me take you into my Braiins account real quick, and if we look at this, we can see that I haven't hit a block today, so I've earned nothing. They didn't hit or it's not me, the mining pool. The mining pool didn't hit a block yesterday, so I earned nothing. Estimated to earn an average of $157 a day with all my Bitcoin miners. the way it works is, you know, if you hit blocks, you get paid. If the mining pool doesn't hit blocks, you don't get paid. This creates inconsistency. A lot of people don't like this. Honestly, it's not my preference either. And that's making it hard for Braiins to grow as a mining pool. So they've made the executive decision to switch to move from scoring, they call it, to FPPS, right? FPPS means stability, predictability. Scoring was like a roller coaster, thrilling but unpredictable. FPPS is a reliable express train. So basically, FPPS is when a mining pool's luck exceeds 100%, extra earnings are allocated to a reserve fund. When mining luck falls below an average, the natural occurrence in mining, this reserve fund is utilized to maintain consistent reward payouts. You don't need to do anything. They're going to do all that. They're adjusting their fee to 2.5%, but you get a reduced mining pool fee when you're mining on their pool with the Braiins firmware, which is really what kind of brought us back to Braiins. And it's been a good experience overall, especially on the firmware side. They also have a reduced fee leading up to the halving, which is always a cool thing to see. You know, fun marketing endeavor. They're going to be making this switch pretty soon. It's slated to happen this month. Personally, I'm really happy to see this. I'm stoked. And if you're mining on Braiins, as they said in a reminder, you don't need to do anything. This is just going to happen. This is happening whether you like it or not. So hope you like it. So what's next for me, right? I've got immersion systems on deck from Bixbit, looking at their What's Miner cell, looking at their Antminer 6-unit cell, also looking at the fog hashing units, and then you know, to keep the party going here. And we're also looking at the smaller bit pod from DCX, that in addition to the 6-miner enclosure we've already deployed on our farm. So to put it simply, I'm gonna keep pushing, I'm gonna keep building with Bitcoin mining, and we're gonna go keep deploying more and more and more Bitcoin miners, mining rigs, you know, obviously altcoin miners as well. Keep expanding the Casper miner front, all the other altcoins, and keep pushing into the immersion front because it's a very interesting, it's fun, it's challenging. I'm gonna keep pushing, I'm gonna keep building with Bitcoin mining. But most of this hardware I'll be able to still use. When we upgrade to 3-phase electricity, it will require some rewiring, but I'm really trying to look at how I can scale this right without having to redo my entire farm when I get there, because I'm still currently operating on single phase 240 voltage electricity. Hey, never a dull moment, always fun time, fun stuff. So much stuff to always run through here on the channel. Trying to just put out more content, better content. It's crazy here behind the scenes between doing all this stuff and then also maintaining the content creation side of this. So if you like it, please consider supporting us with our links and our releases, subscribing, hitting the thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see from VoskCoin next. And I seriously cannot understate that if you're watching this right now, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And all you maniacs that tune in, keep this thing going. So simply put, thank you. And it's time for me to head out to go check on our CCO, Chief Cutie Officer here, the VoskCoin YouTube channel. 10 seconds of tales. We're running on every vid. And that's all I got. I'll see you on the next one.